Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I've got a special video for you all. So recently I hit my 100 subscriber milestone. So I wanted to first of all thank you all for subscribing and watching. And I thought to celebrate this milestone I would do a special video. So I've spent a lot of time looking at this area of the room, so these two tables here, as this is where I do set reviews, and at the moment is where I am doing my Building Naboo series. But I thought in today's video I would show you the rest of the room, which we haven't really looked at before. So this is going to be a bit of a collection slash room tour. So I'll basically go through how I have my room set up and what I have in the room. So you all know about these two tables, since they are the two tables that I use for my Building Naboo series. And if you haven't checked out my Building Naboo series, I encourage you to go do that after this video. But for now, let's start over in this corner. So these tables here are where I keep all of my parts, or more or less all of my parts. So I've got a whole bunch of these sort of storage systems with the little drawers, and in each drawer is either a type of piece or a couple of types of pieces. So this is like the Technic section, so I've got like different sorts of pins in each drawer. And then as you go down, there's like beams and other Technic pieces there. And then in the bottom bigger drawers are the bigger sort of pieces. So there's a few of those around here, all with various types of pieces. And then in these two tubs are sort of unsorted pieces. So like this one has tan, dark tan. This one just has parts I've got from Pick-a-Brick cups in the past. This one has dark tan pieces from my Urbana series. And just other various pieces I've got. And then as you can see on the table, I've got quite a few just bags and loose pieces around. These pieces over here are for my Naboo starfighters that I'll be doing for the Naboo mock. And then up here are the larger drawers, which are for the pieces that I either have more of or are bigger. So from this side there's minifigures. So like this drawer here is just random minifigure parts that I don't have the full minifigures for. They're to Star Wars. And then above that are just other random minifigures, like minifigure parts that are not Star Wars, and then minifigures that are not Star Wars. And then moving across different types of bricks, and then 2x bricks, tires, modified bricks, 1x plates, 2x plates, 4x plates, other various pieces, and then at the bottom are just bulk lots of pieces like sort of natural elements like leaves, carrots, and plant pieces. And then down in this corner are the bulk lots of pieces that I have. So like leaves, reddish brown round bricks, slopes, tiles, and other dark tan pieces from the Urbana mock. And at the moment I've got this TV here because the Naboo mock I'm currently working on is based on Battlefront 2's Naboo Palace Hangar. So sometimes it's handy to have the PlayStation up here, and then I can look directly at the game for a bit of inspiration or reference. So that basically finishes off these two tables. And then up here on this shelf I've just got a couple of random things. These few battle packs that need to be broken down and put into the parts area. And then a couple of Pick-a-Brick cups with random parts like 1x2 black bricks. A couple of trans blue pieces like lightsaber blades and 1x2 tiles. And some more plant pieces back there. Base plates in the corner. And now if we move up to the next shelf, this is where we get onto the sets. So this shelf here is basically the Resistance shelf and the Millennium Falcons. So on this end we've got some of the Millennium Falcons, some of the different variations. So we've got the Rise of Skywalker Falcon, the Force Awakens Falcon, and the Solo Falcon. And then moving across we have some of Pro's X-Wings, and then some more Resistance vehicles along there, such as the A-Wing, Y-Wing, Resistance Bomber, and a few other transport ships. And then on the end are just a few boxes. So now let's go on to this next area here. So around here we have a light I use for set reviews. So we'll move that out of the way. On this shelf here we mostly have Rebel ships. So at the top we have some of the larger ships such as the Tanta V4, Ghost, and the Bad Batch shuttle. I won't go through and name every set, otherwise this video will go for too long, but we'll just sort of go over most of the important ones. So moving down we have some of the X-Wings, Then we've got the Y-Wing and a couple of B-Wings, some A-Wings including the Mon Color ship, and then some of the buildable characters. And then at the bottom here we have the U-Wing and a few other various ships. And then at the bottom we have some of the, not quite rebel ships, but some of like the miscellaneous ships that I don't know where else to put. And now moving on to the next bookshelf, I've sort of sorted these by planets. So at the top we have Tatooine, got the pod racers on the top shelf there. Next we have some of the other Tatooine themed builds. So we've got the Sandcrawler here, and then we've got the Mos Eisley Cantina and Obi-Wan's hut in the corner over there, as well as some Jakku pieces as well as the Pisana speeder. And moving down we have some Endor builds. So we've got the Ewok village and the Endor bunker. And then moving further down we have the Hoth. So we have a few of the Hoth turrets from the recent sets, the Wampa Cave, and a few other builds. Moving down we have the snow speeders, and we have some of the inside areas such as the medical bay. And then moving further down we have some more Tatooine, but these ones are Jabba's and hut sort of things. So we've got Jabba's palace with the Rancor pit, and also the Jabba's sail barge over there. And on this next bookshelf we have various mini sort of sets, as well as a few incomplete sets that I'm still looking for pieces for, that I got in a bulk lot. And then moving on to this next cabinet, on top we have the Ucs Gunship. So this cabinet here is more or less the Republic and Clone sort of cabinet. So we have some of the ships on the top shelf here. And then moving down we've got the Venator, the V-19, a few other ships. And then moving further down we have some of the Walkers and also the Clone Turbo Tank and a few speeders. And then moving further down we have the ATAPs, ATTEs and the cannon there. And moving along to the next part, in this top shelf here we have some sort of Republic Allies and Jedi vehicles. And above that we've got the Republic Gunship and the Dropship. And now in this cupboard here we've got the Separatists and the Separatist Allies. So at the top are the Separatist Allies sort of vehicles. So some of the Mandalorians, the Pirate Speeder Tank, Geonosians and a few other various vehicles. And moving down we have some of the Separatist ships and also a few of the Technic builds from the early 2000s. And the newer Mandalorian fighter here, which I haven't found room for yet. And then at the bottom are the land vehicles of the Separatists. And the two top pieces here are missing as I used them on the Jakku gateway. Moving on to this next area, we have the Imperial shelf here. So from this end we have some of the Death Star sets as well as Vader's castle. And we've got Vader's TIE Advanced there, some Star Destroyers, as well as Darth Vader in the back there. And then some more Imperial cruisers such as the Light Cruiser and Assault Carrier. And then moving across we have some of the Imperial shuttles and landing crafts and the AT hauler in the back. And then we have some of the TIEs such as the TIE Striker, TIE Fighter. And then moving even further along we have some of the walkers and speeders such as the ATDP, ATST, ATAT, and also some of the speeders such as the Imperial Armored Marauder and the hover tank under the AT-AT. And then moving down we have the First Order area. So at the end there we have the AT-M6, First Order Troop Transport, and some of Kylo Ren's vehicles, Knights of Ren Transport, First Order Star Destroyer, and some of the TIE Fighters. And then moving on to this side we have the Separatist Leader sort of vehicles, as well as the Bounty Hunters on the end there. And we've got General Grievous in the middle here. Some of the Bounty Hunter ships include Boba Fett Slave 1, Sam Wessel's Speeder, Cad Bane's Speeder in the Clone Wars, as well as the Bounty Hunter Assault Gunship. And I put the Sith Fury class fighter back there as I didn't know where else to put it. And underneath that we have all these drawers which are full of instruction books. So I've sorted my instruction books by year. So each drawer has a different year, such as this one here are the 2014 sets. And they go all the way back to the 1999, which I don't have many of. And then a few over here are just full of 2x2 bricks and 2x3 bricks, which will be used as filler for my mock. And then on top of the drawers are some of the larger instruction books, as well as a few odd sets that I don't know where to put yet. And then also my 501st Army so far. And moving along on this table, I've just got a few various things, drawers which are full of books and things, like these magazines from the UK. And I've got the new advent calendar here, which I'm not sure if I'll do a review or if I'll wait till December to open that. And then in these drawers here, I've just got various sets and things. So there's a few Hoth things in there, some of the 501st builds in there, and then just random pieces in the others. And now moving on to this next cabinet. It is mainly my minifigure cabinet, where I keep most of the armies. So at the top we've got the clones, and next is the droids, and then the Imperial Army, and on the bottom is the First Order. And there's a few other bits and pieces around, such as the Octoparan droid from my Yabana mock, which I've sort of started to take apart as I needed a few parts from it. And there's a couple of droids and things which I haven't put into the army yet. And moving across, we have this little shelf here with a few various things that I didn't know where else to put. And underneath that we have this cabinet, which is filled with location sets. So these are just sets that are based on certain locations or events, such as the Scarif bunker entrance. And underneath we've got Vader's transformation, Luke's hut, Yoda's hut. And at the bottom some of the $30 jewel sets. And at the back, Snoke's throne room and the Defense on Crate set. And that's the tripod that I use when doing time lapses and when I need to keep the camera steady, basically. And finally, in this last cabinet is where all the Jedi Starfighters and Interceptors are. So these top two are the Jedi Starfighters, and then on the bottom are the Jedi Interceptors. So that's basically all the sets I have on display at the moment. So I have quite a few more sets, and they are all broken down into the parts in Ziploc bags inside all these boxes under here. And there's a few on top that I still need to break down into parts to put in the bags, as I don't have enough room to display all of them, so that's why I've put them in the boxes. And basically the way I decide what sets I want to display is I try not to have more than one of the same sort of vehicle. So for example, I've got two of each of the First Order Troop Transport and the ATM-6, but I've only displayed one of each. And for sets like Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator, I've only got the most recent one, and whereas I do own the 2011 and also 2007 version of the set. So some sets I do make an exception for, like the AT-AT I've got two of at the moment built. So it just depends how much room I have and if I want both to be displayed. So some sets like Boba Fett's Slave 1, I've got two of at the moment, but this one will end up being broken down into a Ziploc bag when I need more room. I'll go over what's under this table now. So we've got Yoda there holding all the brick separators. And I've got a few boxes of just loose pieces, a couple of tubs of Duplo which I've used for filler. And then these few boxes here are actually store displays. So they are what's used in toy stores. So basically Lego builds these sets, glues them together and puts them in these display boxes and sends them to toy stores to display, to basically promote the sets to sell. And I was lucky enough to be able to buy a few of them. So we've got the Rogue One Y-Wing, the First Order Star Destroyer, and then in those boxes there are Kylo Ren's shuttle, the newer version, and also the Death Star escape set, which is the Luke and Leia swinging from the platforms. So maybe one day I'll do a video on those, since they are quite special. Usually they get thrown out from the stores, but I was lucky enough to be able to buy a few of those. And then last but not least, underneath this table is just all the parts that I'm using for the mock. So we've got some filler bricks, some 2x2 light grey tiles, and then various tan pieces and other coloured pieces. And next to that are the boxes from the most recent wave, which I need to find somewhere to put. And now you might be thinking, after I've shown you all this, where are all the UCS sets and the boxes from all the sets? And I keep more or less all the UCS sets, except for a few like the Death Star, General Grievous, and the Gunship, in my bedroom. So I think I'll save that video for another day, so that way this video doesn't get too long. And that's also where I keep all my boxes. So that will do it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed the tour around my Lego room. Once again, I'd like to thank all of you for subscribing, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I'll hopefully still have a video out this weekend of the Building Naboo series, so this will hopefully be like an extra video as a thank you for 100 subscribers. I do have another video I'm thinking of making as a milestone sort of achievement video, and that would be for when or if we reach 501 subscribers. So by that number you might be able to guess what it has to do with. So when I work out all the details, I'll share with you all what I'm thinking of doing, and hopefully one day we'll be able to reach that milestone to be able to do that. Let me know if you have any suggestions for videos you want to see, such as set reviews or collection reviews. I'm always open to suggestions. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.